And again, thank you for continuing with BSBPMG403A, Certificate 4 in Project Management. This is the third and final video relating to cost management techniques, and we are particularly looking at cost management. The objectives from this session are for you to understand and apply your knowledge relating to the management of costs throughout the project life cycle. We are looking at Chapter 17 of PMBOK 4, page 179. Cost management is the managing of outgoing project costs against the budget. It's as important to evaluate the quality as well as the quantity prior to payment authorization. And of course, we're recording actual costs against the project in chronological order. We also need to ensure that project costs are within budget and finalisation. So the whole purpose of cost management is to ensure that the project is delivered in full, on time and on budget. We need to consider before we do anything how payments are going to be made. It's something that often falls between the floorboards. Before you actually start the project, understand how you're going to make payments. This is usually undertaken by a separate finance department if they happen to be available and if they're accessible. It may be a physical payment authorization that you sign and deliver to the accounts payable area. Or it may be something you need to do online if they're not in the same geographical space. But you need to organise this before you start your project. It may be a cheque or an online transfer, in which case obviously you need to have the relevant chequebooks with authority limits and online transfer bank accounts, etc. With regard to forecasting, forecasting is knowing what needs to be paid in the future against what's coming into the project and what has been paid in the past. So we know all future payments, we understand the project funding that's coming in, and we're managing the actual payments as they go out. Considering cost management inputs, obviously all project communication, including status reports, have information relating to payments, budgets, etc. Scope and contract variations would also include recognition of budget and any cost requirements. But the one document that's often used as a point of authorization that takes somebody at the coalface, so to speak, somebody who's actually doing the work or managing a team and providing the feedback back to the project manager that work has been done of a satisfactory standard and is now authorized for payment, is the use of a payment authorization. Obviously, change requests, contract, scope variations are inputs to cost management as well, but that's usually via the budget. Those changes come into the budget, the work breakdown structure or Gantt is all changed, and then the cost management is the ongoing management of those changes. The outputs from cost management are obviously payments. There's updates to the work breakdown structure or Gantt chart. And we send out reports. We tell the relevant stakeholders what's going on, where we are within the budget and the costs outgoing and incoming from the project. So in summary, cost management must ensure that the payee is provided the right item or service of the appropriate quality before they get paid. Payments should be monitored and recorded so that the total project budget status is always clear, transparent and available. At this stage I acknowledge that there's a lot more information in PMBOK relating to graphs and analysis relating to cost management. However, at Cert 4 level we will use some simple tools to ensure that we understand the principles, and I will give further examples as they become available. Assessment criteria is detailed in the assessment task instructions. There will be 2 payment approvals via a payment authorization. There will also be a cash management showing the forecast using a simple cash flow spreadsheet, the acknowledgement of previous payments and the forecasting of the 2 new payments.